Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Thursday, April 9th, 2026. The Sheriff's Morongo Basin Station conducted an off-highway vehicle enforcement operation on Saturday that led to 6 arrests and the seizure of a number of stolen vehicles. Between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Saturday, Corporal S. Ables of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Morongo Basin Station coordinated an enforcement operation in conjunction with other sheriff's stations around the desert, U.S. Rangers, and the Bureau of Land Management. During the operation, deputies made approximately 200 public contacts, emphasizing education, strict compliance, and enforcement of applicable laws. 21 warning citations and 20 citations were issued for a number of violations, including driving unregistered off-road vehicles on roadways, unlicensed drivers, and driving on suspended licenses. 9 vehicles were towed, including several illegally operated OHVs, and 6 stolen vehicles were recovered during the operation. 8 additional stolen vehicles were located but could not be recovered due to challenging terrain. As part of the operation, deputies made 6 arrests. Kenneth Monroe Jr., 58, was arrested near the intersection of Reishi Road and Becker Avenue in Landers on suspicion of DUI. Deputies say he was found with suspected narcotics and methamphetamine. He was booked into the Morongo Basin Jail and has been released on bail. Logan Stewart, 48, was arrested near the intersection of East Drive and 29 Palms Highway in Morongo Valley. Stewart is alleged to have been driving without a license and was found to have active warrants in Riverside County related to evading law enforcement. He was booked into the Morongo Basin Station and transferred to the custody of the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. Darren Bradstock, 36, was arrested near the intersection of 29 Palms Highway and Cherokee Trail in Yucca Valley for investigation into driving under the influence. He was booked into the Morongo Basin Station and has since been released on bail. Kenneth Stewart, 48, was cited for allegedly driving without a license and released at the scene. Rex Langrer, 47, was found to have an active arrest warrant, and Emiliano Hernandez Garcia, 50, was cited for allegedly driving without a license. The 29 Palms City Council is meeting in special session this morning. Their sole agenda item is a closed session meeting to discuss the employment of City Manager Stone James. This may be a routine matter. There will be no open session portion of the meeting. The 29 Palms City Council meets at 11:30 a.m. at 29 Palms City Hall. The Morongo Unified School District's Enrollment Advisory Committee will hold another public meeting tonight in Joshua Tree. Reporter Hillary Sloan has more.
The committee reviewing declining enrollment and how school facilities are used throughout the district will meet on Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. This will be meeting number 5 of the Enrollment 7-11 Advisory Committee. A previously scheduled meeting was canceled. The committee is part of a state-mandated process used by school districts to analyze enrollment trends and property use, and to make recommendations that may include school consolidations. Recent meetings and public comments have raised concerns about the potential closure of up to 4 schools. Although no decisions have been finalized, the committee will not make final choices, but will provide recommendations to the school board, making this a key opportunity for public input. The meeting will take place at the Joshua Tree Professional Development Center at 6061 Sunburst Street. For Z107.7 News, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
A groundwater specialist is known as a hydrogeologist. If you have a well and have questions about groundwater, the Dale Basin Well Owners Association invites you to speak with a visiting hydrogeologist. The Dale Basin Well Owners Association has arranged a public event with Greg Woodside, a hydrogeologist who will discuss aquifers, groundwater management in California, and potential considerations for currently unmanaged areas, which include Wonder Valley. He will set aside about 20 minutes to answer questions from attendees. The Ask a Hydrogeologist event is happening tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. at the Palms Restaurant in Wonder Valley. The final Desert Speaks lecture is happening tomorrow evening at the 29 Palms Historical Society. The lecture is called John Hilton, the Man Who Captured Sunshine. Hilton was an internationally known artist, author, botanist, gemologist, mineralogist, songster, composer, teacher, and raconteur. Historical Society board member Jeff Dunn, whose family was a friend of Hilton's when he was young, will be presenting a recollection of his stories of John Hilton and his wife Barbara from 60 years ago. A selection of Hilton's paintings from private collections will be on display, as well as photos from the archives of the Historical Society. The presentation is tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the 29 Palms Historical Society, located at 6760 National Park Drive. The event is free, but donations are appreciated. The High Desert Comedy Campout kicks off in Wonder Valley tomorrow, running through Saturday. The second annual event brings together a smattering of local comedians with comedy pros throughout Southern California, coming in for 2 days of live comedy performance spanning genres and mediums. Expect short films, stand-up, improv, music, and even short plays. Organizers Kevin Bone and Vic Terry joined Cody and me on yesterday's morning show to discuss the event. Here's Vic Terry.
So with Comedy Campout, our tagline is it's a festival by artists for artists. And I wanted to kind of curate an experience that was exactly what I would have loved to have attended. In addition to getting to showcase a lot of really hilarious, wonderful performances of all sorts of different, all comedy, but all different types of art forms. But so much of it is, like you were saying, just that the Palms is such a fun place. It's as much about the experience of the weekend and connecting with everybody who's there and having this really fun time as it is about being on stage yourself or watching another performance.
So I'm looking at the schedule and it's jam-packed. There's a lot going on. It's the High Desert Comedy Campout. It takes place at the Palms in Wonder Valley, April 10th and 11th. That's this Friday and Saturday. And how do I get tickets?
So you can find tickets on our website at desertcomedycampout.com. We do have a discount code for $5 off any ticket if you use the code Z107.7.
Oh, we have our own promo
yes.
code.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Groundwork Arts and Joshua Tree Living Arts, in partnership with the City of 29 Palms and Morongo Unified School District, are calling on residents to complete a short community survey that will directly guide the design of a mural planned for Freedom Plaza in 29 Palms. An online survey invites residents to share what matters most, from meaningful symbols and local landmarks to desert plants, animals, colors, and stories that reflect the identity of the community. The mural is being led by a team of experienced local artists and is made possible through funding from the California Arts Council Impact Projects Grant, the California Arts Council Youth and Arts Grant, Groundwork Arts, Joshua Tree Living Arts, and the City of 29 Palms. The survey takes less than 2 minutes to complete and will remain open through April 12th. You can visit groundworkarts.com to find the survey or use a link at this story at Z107.7fm.com. In its 8th year of showcasing original, non-traditional, provocative performance art, the Desert Fringe Theater and Cultural Arts Festival will take place on the weekend of April 17th through 19th. On the Z107.7 Up Close show tomorrow morning, Fringe Fest producer and executive director of Project Sheba, Miri Hunter, and Glass Outhouse owner Keisha Henderson will talk with host Gary Daigneault about the festival, its venues, and features. Find out all about this year's Fringe Fest on the Z107.7 Up Close show, live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The show is available as a podcast at Z107.7fm.com shortly after 11. And finally, the 29 Palms High School boys varsity team traveled to Indio High School on Tuesday. The Wildcats lost a tough match, 6-12. In singles action, Jeremy Burks swept all 3 of his sets, while Adonai Patu won 1 set. The Wildcats travel to Indio today. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.